It was Alfred Wainwright who said, "There's no such thing as bad weather, just unsuitable clothing." So whether it's rainy or whether it's sunny, I'd like you to get the right clothing, and I'd like you to join me on this pop-up. I'd like to thank Ruth for inviting me, and I'd like to take you through some of my top tips, both for walking and how to get the most out of the outdoor space and yourself. My name is Matt Gibbs, and I'm the founder of Walx Preston. As walking is one of the most fundamental of human movements, we just tend to do it just par of the course. We grew up, we were crawling, we started as a toddler walking, and then we just carried on with life. But then we got into the routine of, for example, sitting behind a desk, driving cars, sat down watching TV. All these different things interact and impact on our posture, on our physical way of holding our body, and that can impact on the way that we therefore walk. So this is something that if we learn how to hold ourselves correctly, if we learn how to walk in the most effective and efficient way, we can get improvements both in posture, in fitness, in mood, many more different benefits from walking, but we have to become regular. We have to make it almost a daily discipline of doing it correctly, and there are ways that we can learn how to do it correctly, which I'll explain a little bit further into the video. So what I love about Pilates is it's great for posture, muscle tone, balance, and joint mobility. And similarly, walking is too. So both Pilates and walking are fantastic complementary activities that you can combine into your life to improve both your health, both physically, mentally, and just generally improving the well-being of the enjoyment of daily life. So my next tip is the simplest of all, but probably one of the most difficult to maintain consistently. And all it is to stand tall. So we have not forward rounded shoulders, we don't have a closed chest, we don't lean forward and hold ourselves tense and tight. We just elevate ourselves, we zip ourselves up the front imaginarily, relax off the shoulders, keep them in a nice neutral girdle, and we are nice and upright, but also keeping the chin up too. So that means the eyes look forward, the head can turn side to side and can look around, and you can hear the birds. Out in the forest you can see the trees. Your chest is open, so as you elevate your heart rate whilst you're walking, getting physically active, then the oxygen can come into your lungs. With a closed off chest, that's going to make it more difficult. As you breathe in more deeply with an open chest, standing tall, head up, looking forward, you're going to be able to get that oxygen down into the lungs, right down into the belly. And breathe. Breathe and relax. Walk, stand tall, look up, see all the things around you rather than looking down at the grass or the ground or the pavement or the tarmac. Looking down tilts that head forward, the head is heavy, the neck becomes strained at the back. If we're holding that tension in our shoulders, forward rounded shoulders, we've been angry driving the car, some idiots on the road, we've been stressed answering emails in work, whatever it might be, we forget to stand tall. So just loosen the shoulders, just relax the body, roll the shoulders back. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel tingling around the body that you've allowed yourself just to be in that nice, natural, upright posture. Crucial to spinal health, crucial to joint mobility, crucial to being able to elevate your pace whilst you're walking, but that allow you to elevate your heart rate, the movement of more joints in the body to activate more muscles, the more muscles being used in the body to effectively, energetically create more calorie burn. All these different things are important to the arm swing. So as I stand tall, like I mentioned in the previous tip, whilst we're out walking, what I want to do is have nice long straight arms and allow my arms to swing from the shoulder. And if I hold that tension, that tightness that we talked about before, I might just swing from the elbows, I might hold the arm stiff and tight in the shoulders, and I might just do this kind of movement. But I might be walking from, I don't know, car to work, carrying a heavy handbag or a computer satchel on my shoulder. I might be carrying shopping in my hands. Whatever it might be, there may be reasons why I'm holding something over my shoulder or keeping that shoulder stiff. And sometimes we can't avoid that. Carrying something, we can't avoid the need to do that for a certain period of time. But for any other time that we're walking, what we want to do is really just, again, stand tall, relax the shoulders, and allow the arms to swing. And allow them to swing from the shoulder. So you see that my arm, I have a little pivot point here in the shoulder. It's swinging forwards like the arm in a grandfather clock. It swings forward and it swings backwards. That pendulum swing forwards and backwards to about the same point in front of the hip to the same point behind the hip. And what we can find when we work with people quite often is that tension that we've got in the shoulders causes people to be able to just swing forward a little bit, but then stopping at the hip, because there's a natural physical tension in the shoulder, but quite often there's also a mental tension that can translate itself into physical tension. So the only way we can work with that is starting to make that movement. It can be both hands, it can be alternate arms, and we can practice, and we can just stand here in the kitchen, in the garden, with nothing in our hands, just trying to swing the arms forwards and backwards. We might put a bottle of water, a can of beans in our hand, just give a little bit of weight. That just allows the arms to kind of swing a little bit more freely and easily, in terms of you get that sensation of there's a weight in your hand. And trying to feel into where you're holding that tension. And then as you start walking, allow the arms to swing with you whilst you're walking. Again, that might feel unusual at first when you're trying that. If you've never done that before, you may be a little bit self-conscious about people watching you, but no one really cares. No one's looking. You practice wherever you feel comfortable first of all, and get into the habit of being nice and upright, nice and tall, nice and relaxed in the shoulders, and allowing the arms to swing. With nothing else, that's just going to provide that momentum to swing forward. And again, we swing alternate arms, alternate legs, and that just provides a little bit more oomph, a little bit more drive into that walk that allows you to naturally elevate that pace. And as you elevate that pace, like I said before, that's going to give you those improvements in the joint mobility and elevate the heart rate. As you've got the open chest, that's going to get you into a more efficient and effective way of walking. In today's modern world, we are ultra connected. Connectivity through Wi-Fi, through the internet, through social media, we are always on. And this is particularly detrimental to our mental health, to our ability to switch off. And what I encourage you to do in this tip is to allow yourself to disconnect. Now, the way to disconnect from technology, from sitting down, from all of those things that are clogging up our mind, is to get ourselves away from that. So to move from the indoors to the outdoors, to switch off the technology and just forget about it. And that will be very, very, very difficult for a lot of you to do. But if we can just disconnect, that allows us to free our mind. And the simplest and easiest way to do that is to connect with our senses. So how might we do that? We want to be looking around. We want to be opening the ears to the sounds of the birds. We want to be breathing. Nice deep breath in, and maybe for a moment just close your eyes. Either be standing or be sitting, and let's breathe together. And listen. And as you're out walking, look around, listen, look around, connect with the colours, connect with the types of things that you might see, whether they are birds, whether they are trees, even whether they are elements of urban furniture, architecture, whatever it might be. Just immerse yourself in that outdoor space, connect with the outdoor realm, and disconnect yourself from all of the things that have been your existence up until that point. The home, the kids, the work, the emails, the sitting down, the stress, the tension, and just enjoy it. Allow yourself to enjoy it, breathe it in, soak it in through the eyes, through the ears, through the smell, and that will free up the mind, and that will give you immense benefits. I'll often encourage people to leave it in the trees. And all I mean by that is whatever's bugging you up here, whatever's causing you to say things angrily, with stress, with tension, that are bothering you, that are playing on your mind, whatever those thoughts are, and they are coming out of the mind and out of the mouth, just leave those in the trees. The trees are your friends. The trees will stand there forever, and they will accept whatever it is that you want to say to them, and they will soak it up and they will dissipate it. And just spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the outdoor space with the trees and leave it all there. You know, it's of no use to you, it's of no use to anyone else that you're around to be having negative thoughts, to be having angry thoughts, to be stressed, to be tense, and to be giving out that energy verbally, mentally, emotionally, physically. Just leave it in the trees. You'll feel much better for that. We start off as babies on all fours, crawling. And then we try to stand and we fall, we try to stand and we fall, and we go through that developmental journey into becoming a walker. And walking is fantastic, but there's something else that we can do to improve on walking. So what I want to do is introduce you to the power of the poles, and we can turn ourselves from being two-legged creatures walking into four-legged creatures walking with poles. So these magic poles, as I like to call them, allow us to activate this whole strong upper body. Now if you imagine walking on your two legs, all you're doing is really using the muscles in your legs and the joints, obviously the feet moving. But what if we could use all of the joints, all of the muscles in the body by learning the right technique? So at Walx Preston, what we have is a special course. It's a 90-minute course called The Power of the Poles, and we use these very special strapless poles to provide very important instruction on how to utilize the poles for better posture, better joint mobility, better activation of the way that you walk, so that you can take that forward into becoming a much more efficient and effective walker, but also getting all of the benefits by learning that process. So these poles, what we do is we teach you how to roll through the feet. That allows you to elevate your pace. Because we have this core edge here, which allows us on the strapless pole, we hold on nice and relaxed. We don't want to hold on tight. If we hold on tight to the pole, that causes tension in the forearm, up into the shoulders. And like I spoke about earlier on, we want to remove any amount of tension we carry in our shoulders to be able to both breathe and move freely and efficiently. We spoke about the arm swing earlier on. So we learn the arm swing, and then that's how we plant the poles into the ground, transferring weight from the shoulders into the core edge. So we're connecting with that core edge on the pole that pushes into the ground, and that allows us to both stand up tall, engage the stomach muscles, and push, 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 and propel ourselves forward. So we can both elevate our pace, use more joints in the body. Because of both of those aspects, we are therefore burning more calories, and we are walking with pride and purpose. So we teach this in the Power of the Poles course. That gives you many additional benefits to how you might walk, and you can then choose how to take that forward and join any of our regular classes. We do classes that are about an hour long. They're in the parks or in the woodlands around Preston, South Ribble and Chorley areas, and you can decide at what level you engage with this. So you might join some of our wellness walks, and you might go at a nice leisurely pace. You might walk and talk with other people, or you might be interested in developing your pole skills even further and using that to walk at pace. So really elevating the pace, really getting used to the fact that as you plant the pole, you can activate the triceps, you can activate the core muscles. Every time you plant the pole in the ground, what's happening is you're getting a little bit of spinal rotation, so that's good for back health, activating the joints of the body, that shoulder movement, and as you push into the pole, then the activation of the stomach muscles, the tummy muscles, the core, what happens is if you are walking, for example, for an hour, you would do about 5,000 steps just with the two legs, but you would also do 5,000 push-throughs with the poles. So each of those times that you push through with the poles, that's activating the stomach muscles. What's happening is in an hour walk with 5,000 steps, you're doing the equivalent of 5,000 sit-ups. So you're effectively killing two birds with one stone. You are multiplying the benefits of walking on your two legs by activating the whole upper body using that technique that we teach you on the Power of the Poles course to get more out of yourself, to turn a walk into a workout, and then elevating that even further. What you can do is you can move to strapped poles, and you might move into skipping and bounding with the poles. You might be using the poles to efficiently get up and down hills. You might be using the poles to, for example, go on to more extreme activities that might be trail running, running with poles, and using them at the moments that you feel are best for you to get the most out of yourself and to get through a particular walk or challenge in the most efficient and effective way. And what we're finding is as you get more active with the poles, you activate more muscles in the body, you become improved in your posture. As you start to build your fitness in this full body way, then that allows you to improve your recoverability or your ability to get to the top of a hill much more easily and effectively, and at the top you're not gassed out and out of breath. Your endurance, your ability to kind of bring down your heart rate, bring down your breathing rate, that kind of improves over time. So lots of different benefits, and again, it's the Power of the Poles course, and we do that regularly in the Preston area. So I hope you can join us on one of those soon. And my final tip is to Well, it's to have your cake and eat it. So what I mean by that is what's really important for us at Walx Preston is building a strong community. We have a hashtag Stronger Together. We are a large community of diverse people, different ages, different abilities, different backgrounds, but we're all connected with the one thing, the walking, and some of that group walking with the poles. But we don't just do it for fitness, just fitness purposes. We're not really super fitness oriented. We're not kind of super motivated as an individual to go out and do lots of different activities. We're not really sporty. Some of us are, but most of us aren't. Just what we like to do is meet other people. So we like to walk, we like to talk, we like to go to a cafe, we like to have a coffee and a cake at the end, and we just like to build our relationships. We like to meet people, we like to enjoy ourselves. The three aspects of Walx Preston are fitness, friendship and fun, but it's in the building of the relationships, it's in the making of the friendships that we actually find that we feel safe, we feel comfortable, we feel motivated to go out and do the activity of the walking, whatever the circumstances. You know, even if it's dark in an evening, even if it's a little bit wet, like I said at the beginning, wearing the right clothing, but we are looking forward to meeting other people. As we meet other people at the walk, we don't have to think about anything else. We just need to book onto the walk with the online booking system. We just need to turn up. We know that there will be other people there that we can meet and walk and talk with. But then we are led on a walk that will provide us some new insight into the beautiful green space and woodland spaces around Preston, South Ribble and Chorley without having to do the research ourselves. And we are with a group of people led by a professional, with friends who have experience of walking in those different terrains, but that we can walk and talk with. We're guided around the route, we're not going to get lost, and we're going to feel safe, that we're not walking alone and wondering whether anyone else is around watching or following us. So they're all the benefits of joining Walx Preston. It's walking and talking, it's being outdoors, it's enjoying yourself, it's having the coffee and the cake, but it's becoming regular in a physical activity that's a full body activity that's going to give you massive benefits to your physical health, to your mental well-being, and allow you to socially interact and just have fun with other people. So we invite you to Walx Preston. We invite you to join us and just make friends and, you know, build up your fitness, build up your friendships, and just have a load of fun. Thank you. My name is Matt from Walx Preston, and I very much appreciate you having watched this video. Good luck and hope to see you soon.